Welcome. Good morning. Thanks for coming.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah, we have a fun play for you today, a puppet show put on by some of the bigger kids. And it's about your lesson this week, and it's about your lesson last week. So we really hope you enjoy it. Before we start, I do just want to thank 3 people who have really helped make this possible. Besides all the kids that you're about to see, I want to thank Mrs. Meyer, and I want to thank Mrs. Mook, and I want to thank Mrs. Batson, because without them, this could not be possible. Woo! Yeah. They deserve it. Thank you very much. And now, a round of applause for the fiery furnace fails to fry.
Good morning, everyone. This is Sean Newman breaking in with the Boyd News Story. Something big is happening in Babylon. It seems as though King Nebuchadnezzar had a dream a while ago where he saw a huge statue made of 4 different metals. The head was made of gold, the chest and arms of silver, the belly of brass, and the legs of iron. He asked his advisors to tell him what the dream meant, but no one could. The king was so angry he threatened to kill them all. When one of the captives, Daniel, heard of the king's demand, he began praying. He and the other Israelite captives asked God to tell them what the king's dream meant. Daniel thanked God for the answer and asked to see the king. He told Nebuchadnezzar that the head of gold represented the king himself. The king has been deciding if he will take any action regarding this dream. Let's begin on the palace right now.
I just can't get this image out of my mind. I'm the head of gold. Can you imagine that? And let's see. What was the rest of it? The chest and arms were made of silver, the belly was brass, and the legs were made of iron. I think it kind of looked like this. Wait a minute. I have a great idea. Why don't I build a huge statue just like the one in my dream? After all, I am the head of gold. Then the whole kingdom can see it and know who really is in charge here. I know Daniel's God is powerful, but after all, who's the king? Oh, this is going to be so good. Now where is that 8 of mine? Slacking off? Melzar! Melzar, are you napping on the royal bed again?
You called, Your Majesty?
Come and look at this drawing. Is it possible to build a statue like the one in my dream? Can we do it?
Well, Your Majesty, we have excellent craftsmen at your beck and call. Our kingdom is plentiful and supplies are available. It can be done.
Great! Now this is a really important project. It needs to be done right. I need to let these people know who really rules the land. The question is, how big can we make it?
How big do you want it?
Well, big enough to be seen from all over my kingdom. How about if we put it on the plains? If it's big enough, it will be seen for miles.
It would have to be quite large, Your Majesty. Maybe 50 feet?
Oh no, it's gotta be bigger than that.
Okay, maybe the craftsman can make it 60 feet tall.
No, Melzar, I mean like really big.
Wow, I've never heard of anything taller than 75 feet. But how's that, Your Majesty?
You've got to think bigger. I want the statue to be 90 feet high and 9 feet wide. It will be the top of all the land.
I'll see to it right away, Your Majesty.
Well, you heard it here first on BNN, the Babylonian News Network. The king has some crazy plans. We now go to our affiliate out in the field, where reportedly a lot of construction has been going on.
This is Terry Ann Witherspoon reporting from the field and plains for BNN News. The kingdom is abuzz with all the activity going on here. As you can see, there have been many workers and craftsmen working. The secret project has definitely been in the works. There has been a lot of speculation about this large structure, but the kingdom has kept it very hush-hush. It seems as though the palace is finally going to make an official announcement.
Oh, this is going to be so great. What a beautiful day. I can't wait any longer. Melzar, Melzar, come on, get with it. I'm ready to start this amazing event.
Attention everyone. We are here today to unveil the gold statue commanded by King Nebuchadnezzar to show all what a great ruler he is. To all peoples, nations, and languages, it is now commanded that when you hear the sound of horns, lyres, flutes, and harps, and symphony with all kinds of music, you shall fall and worship the gold image created by our King.
So help me God.
not bow down and worship our beautiful golden idol will be immediately cast into the fiery furnace in the palace's dungeon.
You heard it here first on the BNN network. The king has laid down a new law, and when the music plays, we get to worship his beautiful new statue. The music just played for the first time, and wait, we are getting reports from the field that some did not bow down to the king's idol. We're going back to the Terrian for the breaking story.
Sean, it is indeed true. Our cameras picked up several men who refused to bow down. Many around encouraged them to obey the king, but they refused. It created quite a stir, and we are sure any number of the king's guards are reporting back to him right now. The men were heard speaking of the one true and living God, and said that they will only worship him. They say their God saved them. We will definitely be following up on this story, because their God is going to have to save them from that fiery furnace the king has. We will keep you informed here at BNN.
What a fantastic day. All those people bowing down to me. That statue was so beautiful, gleaming in the sun. Such an amazing sight.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
I didn't call for you, Melzar. Don't bother me right now. Everything was perfect today. The craftsmen did amazing work, the music played loudly, and everyone bowed down to worship the idol. I'm savoring those moments when everyone was completely obedient to me. What a fantastic day.
I'm afraid I have some bad news, Your Majesty. Things didn't go all that well.
What are you even talking about? It couldn't have gone any better. Why are you trying to ruin my moment, Melzar?
The palace guards have reported seeing 3 men who absolutely refused to bow down, all the while talking about their one true living God.
Who would dare disobey me? Seize those men immediately and bring them before me, and tell the workers to fire up the furnace. They better bring that God of theirs too, because everything that's living is going into that furnace.
Your guards have served you well, Your Majesty. They have these 3 men in custody. They say their names are Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Ha ha! Those names are funny names. Is that why you are not afraid?
No, King Nebuchadnezzar.
Were you made fun of as children?
Were you King Nebuchadnezzar?
How dare you question me? You have already been seen refusing to bow down before my beautiful new image. That is the matter we are discussing now, not my name. Now, shall I give you one more chance to properly worship me and my beautiful new image, or will you be cast into the fiery furnace?
We don't need any more chances. We will not serve your gods or worship your golden images. Our God can and is able to save us from your hand, O King. And if he decides not to deliver us from your evil, we will still not worship your silly statue. We serve only the true and living God.
So be it. Melzar, instruct the soldiers to march these men directly to the fiery furnace, and make sure those workers heat it up hotter than it's ever been before. We'll see how long that God of theirs lasts in my fiery furnace, living. Ha!
It's me again, Sean Newman, reporting from the dungeon where the furnace is located. We have been watching them heat it up hotter than ever. The soldiers just passed by with the 3 men going straight for the fire.
I think someone
Wow, did you see that? Looks like nothing could stop Let's peek in on the king and see what he says.
Will that seem effective? I'll teach the king to worship me only. Now, where are my soldiers to tell me exactly what happened down there?
I'm afraid the soldiers have perished, Your Majesty.
But I see them walking forth. Ah, how can this be? Who is that?
Unbelievable. It's the very 3 men you sought to burn. They're walking about free and completely unharmed. Their God did save them.
You, who serve this true and living God, have escaped death fearlessly. Blessed is this most high God of yours, who delivered you from even my own crazy decrees. I will now make a new decree. Forget about that statue thingy. Melzar, make note of this. From this day forward, no one will speak against this God, because there is no other God who can down what he has done.
So there you have it, everyone. You saw the whole thing. The king witnessed the men being saved, while his own soldiers perished in the fire. The men never stopped trusting their God, no matter what the king said or did. The king is so convinced that he has changed his ways, and now believes in their God. Now, I believe it is time for us to learn more for ourselves about this true and living God. Once again, Sean Newman reporting for BNN News. Good night, and good God.